thank you so much again, Amir. Really appreciate it. I know things have been crazy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So just to start, like, as far as your background with McNeese State, I know that you're from Lake
Mhm.
Charles. Just kind of tell me a little bit about your basketball background and how you got involved with the program. Did you grow up a McNeese State fan? Just kind of
Mhm.
how did your time at the program kind of get started?
Yeah, so I've grown up in Lake Charles my whole life, and I McNeese is the hometown school, so I definitely supported them. But I'm a big LSU fan, and Coach Wade was at LSU, and he brought an energy and passion to that basketball program that us as LSU fans we've never felt. And I went to college at McNeese for 2 years before he came, and then when I saw he came down here, I was like, it was no brainer to come work for him.
And so your bio on your page, I want to read it
Mhm.
because it is fantastic. It says, if they kept manager stats for rebounding and wiping up wet spots on the court, I'd put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers.
Mhm.
First of all, incredible stuff there. How did
Mhm.
you even come up with that? What was like the meaning behind putting quotes on your all's
Mhm.
bio page in general?
Yeah, so Reed Vial, who works on the staff, he told us that we were going to be on the website this year, and I thought that was pretty cool. And he said he wanted to add a little more to our profile, so he was like, "I think a quote would be nice." And honestly, I had no idea what to put for the quote. I was thinking about it for a few days. Like I kind of wanted to make it perfect, first year on the website, and maybe my last as manager. So, uh, yeah, I was just scrolling through Twitter, and then I saw an old Wilt Chamberlain's stat line where he had like 53 points, 25 rebounds, 10 blocks. It was something insane. And then really that's how the idea came. And I was like, I got it.
I think the follow up question naturally is what is your step by step process of finding wet spots and wiping them up? What makes you the Wilt Chamberlain of that?
Yeah. So, I just think it's my ability to just like my quickness. As soon as a player gets down, I'm running towards the wet spot, and I'm diving on the floor for everyone, wiping up as quick as I can, but also making sure I get it and just, getting up as fast as possible and getting ready for the next one.
I mean, that's important, obviously. It
Mhm.
also says on that page that your nickname is Aura. What's the backstory behind that?
Yeah, so I think it actually came after like, the video came out. I think someone said that someone posted a college basketball content. I think they had a Twitter post and they said define aura. And it was a picture of me from last year holding up a piece of the net and kind of showing it off to the crowd. So I think that's kind of where the nickname aura took off. Um I didn't have that nickname before and I wasn't on social media a lot the day the video started blowing up. So I believe that's where it originated from, though.
Okay, so like, is that what you're going by now in the locker room these days? Like, is that, or is it still Amir?
No, it's definitely still a mirror. I think some of the players, they mess around with me and they're like, "Hey, look, it's Aura." Yeah, so they like to mess around with me and say that, but I definitely still go by mirror.
Okay. So you brought up the viral video last month. Obviously, that was before a game against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. You were
Mm-hmm.
rapping in and out. Tell me the backstory behind that. Like, did you pick that song?
Mm-hmm.
How did that song just kind of come to be? And what were your thoughts when you saw, oh, wow, this video of me is like completely blowing up?
Yeah, so I've been carrying the speaker out for the last 2 years. And usually I don't know the lyrics to the song like that, but it wasn't planned at all. So they usually pick the song right before they walk out, and DJ Richards, he usually plays it. He's on Aux, and he played a song that they wanted to play. I had no idea we were going to play that song. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh, I know this song," and it's one of my favorite songs. So I said like one of the lyrics to start off, and some of the players were like, "Wait, what? You know this song?" And then they were like, they kind of grabbed me and they were like, "All right, go ahead, rap it for us." And yeah, I that's kind of how that came to be. I just started rapping the song.
And then, like, when did you kind of realize? I'm sure people started calling and texting you and blowing up your phone.
Hmm.
Like, when did you realize you became a viral college basketball sensation?
I think it really didn't process until that night after the game. So Monday, I tried to stay off my phone as much as possible because it was our last home game and it was senior night, for the players and for me. I thought that was really cool being able to walk out and stuff. So I was really focused on that. But that night, I look at my phone finally, and everybody's sending me like a bunch of tweets, a bunch of posts that are being, and they're texting me like, "Dude, you're all over the internet." And I think when I saw Barstool Sports posted it, and I was like, "Oh man, like that's really cool." So I think that's when it all started hitting me.
And you've been doing these walkouts since last season, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did those kind of like, did you decide to do that? How did those kind of come about and become a tradition on game days?
Yeah, so for our first the game last year, our Dobo Nick Flory, he was telling us our game duties, as we were going through it because all of us were first time managers. So when he was telling us, he said the players like to walk out, listen to a song, get them hyped before a game, and someone has to carry the speaker. So I think I just went into the weight room where the speaker usually is, and I grabbed it, and I think that's kind of how that came to be.
Okay. So the players, I'm guessing, are the ones who are typically picking the songs. Do you have any say
Mm-hmm.
at this point?
So the players they want me to pick the song, and they're giving me the say, and I appreciate that. But for the last 2 years, it's been their thing. It's to get them hyped for their game, and they're the ones who are going out there on the court and getting us the wins. So I want to keep it to be their thing.
Okay. Keeping it in house. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, your life has probably changed a lot since this viral video. What has this whirlwind just kind of like been like for you in addition to your team, winning the conference last
Mm-hmm.
night and then playing in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, so it's definitely been a lot. I've tried to stay on social media as much as I can and just stay focused on the team because it's been an important few weeks for us to end the season. We had to win the conference tournament to make the NCAA tournament, and of course we did. So that was the main goal, really. But yeah, it's been a lot. As a manager, you don't expect this kind of attention. So just seeing brands reach out to you, coaches from across the country, people saying I'm a big fan, and it means a lot to me, and I appreciate all the love and support. But I never expected all of that. But I've definitely been enjoying all of it.
A couple things that have come out from that video. You've signed NIL deals with Insomnia Cookies. You have Tick Pick on the front of that speaker. Walk me through kind of how those came about. Like, do you love Insomnia Cookies? Did you reach out to them? Does that also mean like you get free cookies all day? Like, what are we working with here?
I am a big fan of Insomnia Cookies, and yeah, so they actually followed me and they reached out to me and said, we would love to send you some merch, send you some cookies, and so Reed Vial, who's helping me with some of the stuff, he helped me talk to them. I haven't been doing much of the talking between the companies. He's been helping me out a lot with that, but yeah, I thought it was really cool when they asked me, to that they wanted me to sponsor them. So I thought that was amazing.
What would be your dream company to have an NIL deal with? Gonna let you
Ooh,
shoot your shot.
I gotta think a dream company to have an NIL. I mean, I think like having an NIL deal with like Nike. I think it's always been like just a dream from being a little kid. Since I've been wanting to be a basketball player. Obviously, that didn't work out. But I think Nike is definitely the dream company.
As far as like your music tastes, who are some of your favorite artists? What
Mhm.
kind of music do you typically listen to?
Yeah, so Drake and Lil Wayne, though those are my two favorites. Lil Wayne is my favorite rapper of all time. I listen to a lot of rap, but honestly, I listen to all type of music. There's not really a genre that I don't like. So I'll listen to all type of music, but I would say rap is my favorite. And Drake, Wayne, and Future, those are my three guys right there.
So, really important follow up there. I think I know your answer. Kendrick or Drake?
Drake for sure.
Okay, gotcha. So, in terms of the tournament and looking ahead a little bit, I think one of the coolest things for March Madness, from my point of view, is fans getting to know smaller programs like McNeese State, and they really can show what they can do on a national stage. So, what are you most looking forward to? Fans maybe who haven't seen your team play, most looking forward to them watching this team in the tournament, and what makes them so great, and that they can potentially make a run here in the tournament?
Yeah, so I think the depth we have as a lower major team, usually you don't see this kind of depth between we go nine deep, you know, and all the guys that play, you know, they're legit players, and I think they'll see how well coached we are, you know, and you know how talented we are. I don't think people expect us to be as talented as we are, and you know, match up athletically with some of these top teams, but I think we definitely can, and I think you know, some of these fans are about to see, you know, how the Bayou Bandits play basketball.
What's next for you? And you may not know
Mm-hmm.
this yet, but like, what are your plans in terms of, like, are you planning on staying with the program? I know you're currently taking classes at McNeese State, but like, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
do you even have that figured out as far as like what you want to do career wise or in the next year or so?
Yeah, so the first step is definitely to graduate. You know, I have 2 semesters left as a senior. So I have to lock in on school. You know, it's been tough the last few weeks, but my plan is
Mm-hmm.
definitely to graduate first. And I would say the next step, I love being a part of a basketball team, and you know, the last 2 years have been really fun. So if I'm able to become a GA, that would be amazing. So, but that I haven't
Okay.
looked past that.
Would you want to like get into coaching then eventually?
Yeah, for sure.
I know you guys obviously just won your conference and you're getting ready to get ready for March Madness. Has there been any conversation about what the song might be for
Hmm.
the first game? Like, or do you have input into that? Are you leaving that all to the players? Like, I don't want you to give it away if you don't want to, but what are those conversations been like so far?
Yeah, so we haven't really talked about what the next song is going to be. Usually it's like the day of or maybe the day before they'll ask me, "Hey, what song do you want to pick?" But I just like, "Hey, y'all go out to whatever song y'all want and just I'll be rocking with it regardless."
I'm sure it'll be a good one. And my last
Mhm.
question, like, obviously this experience for you has been crazy these last few weeks, I'm sure, but like, what do you want people to kind of take away from your experience through all this?
I want all managers to get their appreciation. You know, I'm not doing anything special that any other manager has done. You know, I was doing one of our manager duties and I was just rapping a song, and I'm glad it got all the attention it did. But you know, I can't even do it without my McNeese guys. You know, Jake Forbes, Landry Donham, Jordan Romero, Mitchell Eater. You know, they helped me a lot and they pick up the slack. You know, when and it's been a lot these last few weeks, they've helped me out a lot, and all year they've been helping me out. So I just want to show love to all the managers around the country.